Good day, friends. I hope you're doing really well. This is Tracy Brown, and my team and I of non-diet dietitians provide trauma-informed nutrition counseling so that you can feel safer in your own skin as you go along this process. And if you don't mind just a minute, I'm recognizing that from last week until today, so it's been exactly a week since I did a live, it is totally different, meaning my face is super front and center close up, which is totally fine, but it's taken me a minute to kind of orient to the difference. And it's not a threat, it's just different. And as a human being, we're all going to have to do that. It's not a problem, it's just something that, as we're growing our window of tolerance to be able to navigate adversities that we have in our life. And so you're just catching me in a very, very live moment of doing that. And I'm not off track in my mind about what we're doing here today, but it's just going to take me a few extra seconds to settle into that, to seeing, honestly, basically all I see is from like my clavicle up. And I didn't change any settings, so I guess it's just a new format. Anyway, what I want to share with you is as more and more people learn that food, what's the right word I'm trying to think of? Purposeful weight loss doesn't necessarily mean improved health, improved fitness, change symptoms, maybe in some physiology, whether it's gut health or autoimmune or whatever it is. And as more and more people come, at least to see us, they're like, oh, there's this kind of built-in mentality with diet culture that is, I either eat from hunger and fullness, or I don't care about my health, or I don't care about my fitness, or I can't get healthy, or whatever it is. It's like they're mutual exclusive things that people have been trained to believe over many, many generations, that the only way you can be, or that you could pursue health, is to get rid of the body somehow. Somehow that'll fix it. Somehow undernourishment, undernutrition, which is inherent when you are eating less calories than you need, will somehow improve health, somehow improve gut motility, somehow improve bone health, somehow improve symptomology of the ups and downs of perimenopause and menopause, somehow improve, you fill in the blank. So I'm here to tell you that these things are not exclusive. You can pursue health and also eat from hunger and fullness. You might not be able to tell your hunger and fullness very well because your interoceptive awareness isn't very clear, or we're not very connected to it. So you have to do step one, which is, can you tell if you're hungry or full? And if you're not for sure, that's the first step, and that's going to require some level of mechanical eating. Most people get pretty upset and offended by that because they just want to get on with things. But the reality is, if you're not eating regularly, you don't give your body anything to grow on and grow from and build trust with you around. So it's very, very important that we're accepting first things first, right? Some people could go right into the process. They have good enough interoceptive awareness, and we're just adding around the edges, or we're working with some of the fears of being full, because obviously if fullness has been the friend or been the partner in dissociation, it's really tough to let that go, because then you got to be more real about what you're dealing with in your life now time, in memory time. And so we got to work through those things as well, and all part of the process, no problem. So I just want to say, just a reminder that it's not a either or, it's a and, that you can use, for lack of a better word, body signals and symptoms and wisdom and some common sense, which is, when I say common sense, sometimes it's common sense of oh, I know I have something to do. Why in the world would I run out of the house without enough food on board, or to bring food with me? An outsider looking in, we're like, what are you doing? You have a thing and there's no food there, or there's no opportunity to stop. When we can't see truth and reality, we got to take a step back and look at what our healing blockers are. If We genuinely just don't have the neurobiology that says, like, well, of course you check in and pay attention to what your needs are so you can get those needs met so that you can do the things in life that you need to be doing. It's totally possible you don't have those things. And so we have to, like, oh, when I do check in and I do acknowledge what's coming next or what my needs might be, I can meet those needs. And then there's not a lot of loudness about it. I really hesitate to use the word food noise, but food noise is some kind of disordered issue, essentially, that no biohack around can fix. You have to, what is the need? You have to tune in to, like, ask the questions. What is the need? Is this physical, mental, emotional, something else? And meet that need, and then work through the barriers that are trying. It's like part of you wants to, like, meet the need, and part of you thinks the need is a threat. You got to work through all of that. When you do that, like, honestly, making food changes is not that hard. It doesn't feel like a threat. Giving the body what it needs, whether it's rest or more connection, or if your heart needs more connection, your body needs more rest, you need some play, whatever that is, you might find that those things are easier to navigate once the barrier of either or is off the table. And for most people, that's a perfectionism issue, or it's a black and white thinking issue, it's a hypervigilance issue, whatever it is. But just recognize that when you're really listening and doing some things to take some risk, you're going to find that it's really difficult to make mistakes. You're just getting educated, honestly, in how your body works. And so when you do that, you don't need a ton, maybe a ton of nutrition education. You don't need a ton of, like, deep dive, how the liver is producing this enzyme to create bile, blah, blah, blah. If you're interested in that stuff, very cool. But, most of us don't have time for that, and we want to live a full life. And having to know how everything works sometimes as a fear thing is just going to take up too much space and inhibit what the basics you need to do. So I hope this video was just a good reminder. For some of you, this is brand new information. Let me know how it helped. I will see you in the next video, and bye for now.